end turn. So ending turn doesn't change the, so after ending turn should actually set the actor data off once and then refocus. That will trigger the refresh, right? I think. So stage focus or highlight unit will show actor data anyway. So end turn means finish turn will just, okay, so you will just hide actor data. Oh, sorry. We'll hide the actor data. Let's wait for the camera move to be completed. Async. Camera move, so let's, camera move is return new promise resolve set timeout resolve duration 500. All right, return promise. Hana, another Hana, right, this is another Hana, okay, but those parameters are different. Let's do different. Jason and Brian, Jason and Brian, yeah, okay. So I can just do attack, and it was a hit, 0.5 damage, and end turn, and 0.5 damage, attack back with the sword, it was a miss, end turn, damage 0, attack back with the sword, parried. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna move here and face this way, end turn. Another Brian, really? Oh, end turn, Brian. There was a difference between wait term. Okay, so now I can just face this. So today's goal for me is to work on the refactoring, because since I got the basic routines to move around and make an attack, get the damage calculated, or sometimes it's dodged, it gets dodged, and sometimes it gets parried based on your skill level. So I got the whole process going on, and I'm going to add more detailed functions to this calculation, because there will be difference of the height, and also the damage should be calculated differently. If you're attacking with the baton, then it's crushing damage, and if you're attacking with the sword, it's a cutting damage. So that should be calculated differently. So I will be adding more parameters to equipments, and like more calculations to get the damage number calculated. So that's like the detail that I want to add eventually. But I would like to work on the refactoring of the class that we have currently, because it's just better to do it earlier than later, or sooner than later, because after I add more detail to the functions, it gets much harder to refactor. I mean, you can still do that, but it's just earlier. Sooner the better to do refactoring. Well, refactoring actually has to be happen every single day. I mean, you have to constantly keep organizing your codes. Since I'm starting, well, partly because of this YouTube channel, I'm writing code as I progress. I haven't really spent too much time planning or planning the architecture of the whole game. So it's really a bad habit to do. You have to first organize and draw the map of the whole app first, then work on the detail. But I'm starting from the detail and then working backwards. So that's why I just have to spend time on refactoring constantly, because otherwise the code can get super messy. Okay, so what I was thinking is, this stage class is going everywhere. It's got like, it is now what 200 lines, and I think it's too much, and it's just hard to find what he's doing, what this class is doing. Even going through this class is just too messy, and then I'm getting a lot of red alert saying, okay, so this is not really returning warning about the TypeScript, because I haven't really spent too much time on defining each type of all the variables. So I should work on that as well while working on the refactoring. So today's goal is that. And for the stage class, I think I'm going to make the stage tile another class, because I realize that there are so many functions that I ask the tile to do. Like the tile should highlight itself and make itself clickable to so that it can be clicked when setting the position of the goal of the movement. And sometimes it cannot be clickable because it's when it's only showing the range that one unit can move, not necessarily being able to click to actually make a move. So it's sort of stuff. So I would like to make the tile a class, and then also I want to do a bunch of different things, but I think I'm just gonna start with that. So I will make a new folder called tile and create a tile.ts file. TS, so that's a class definition of the tile, and export class tile. And then we already have the tile definitions, that's which is under types. Tile, yeah. So I'm just going to copy the definition. Okay, so where is it? Tile constructor. And I'm getting a bunch of property ID has no initializer. Yeah, sure. So okay, so when tile is being initialized, it should do what? So let's see the test stage, what it does. So what it does, the test stage will get the test stage function is to create the random 20 by 20 meters map with some walkable and unwalkable tiles. But then okay, so tile, so it's defining a tile here. I'm just going to copy what it does here, okay, and bring it to the constructors. So this ID, so when it's constructed, okay, so constructor should take count, that's like an ID, and also this position. So the position, am I doing it right? Okay. Okay. Position should be set to X, Z, Y. It's actually X and Y and Z. So position should be actually set to position. So the constructor should take the position. I will just do this position, and then also the type. it's either workable or unworkable. So type should be set type. So type should be passed, and then material. By this time, I'm just going to do object actually, so that it doesn't really matter which order the data is passed. Material. This material is material. Oops, sorry, the comma. It's my column. It's oh shit. What did it do? I was wrong on doing this and this. Yeah. Okay, so this is the constructor. And so test stage should return stage tiles, but stage tiles should be on the array of objects. So what I basically do is to let or const tile is actually, instead of making new tile actually, and what it does is pretty much count its I and position and type and material. So these are that, and count set the tile. Count is updated. Count is assignable but never used. Why? Oh, count is count. Position is position. Unworkable. Okay, so this will create the tile object. So tile is not what imported. Import. Oops, sorry. Tile. That is a tile. Yeah. Tile. Unworkable is a known word. That's alright. So tile, stage tile is now a class, right? And is there any unsaved files? That's fine. So it basically should behave the same way. I just made the object a class, and I shouldn't get these warnings, but I'm not really okay. So it should just be able to move. Yeah. Now I just got the tile object or tile class. Basically, it has the property, so it's basically the same as the the basic object. But now I can have some method for him, and I can move some of the the method that's under stage class to tile class now. So I'm just going to do that. So when stage is constructed, tiles is so tiles is an array of tile. Instead of array of tile, it's actually a tile. It's a class, array of the class. So I will import that instead, and I will lose this tile. Okay, somewhere in the file tile is still called. Okay, I'm just going to replace that. So tile is an array of tile, and then construction, so tiles, right. So I'm going to look through and make the tiles. Okay, so for each tile construction, so hide attackable tiles is when attackable tiles were highlighted in red. I think this is the function you set that invisible. So it's getting the elements and attack target tile, everything, so making it invisible. So I'm gonna pass this to the tile class. So tile hide itself. See, and then I'm just going to make hide is a void. Yeah, and get element by this ID and set that will be invisible. So he knows what I'm trying to do, right? Ta-da! And this. Exactly. So that's you know, that's like the beauty of, you know, having different. So attack with sword, so red, it's highlighted, and then clicking one. Okay, now it's all of them. It's gone. Why is that? So I think I made a mistake actually. So for each tile you have to, you know what, I'm just going to copy this and actually paste it. So I think I thought the Copilot did a good job, but I was wrong. So you have to only hide the tile that has attack target. Okay, so update it. Okay, let's try again. So instead of hide, it's not really hiding, it's the attackable tile. Attack, sword, some of the tiles are highlighted in red. Click, done. Tile is not defined. Okay, what is it? Hide tile ID. So it's actually this ID, and it's hide attack target. Oh, that's alright. Okay, I'm just attack target. So only hide the attack target tile. Well, attack target tile is actually placed slightly above the original tile, like 1 centimeter above. So it's always overlap or like over. Well, it's above the original green tile, and it has a translucent value. So everything is now pink, but some of the tile that's above the blue is it looks like it's purple. Now, okay, so I clicked, and okay, so it's clicked. Looks like I'm still clicking the triangle, but I'm just gonna deal with that later. And yes, so hide attack target is called, and it's hidden. And actually move and maybe make attack again, and with the sword, red. Yes, okay, so this is working. One step succeeded.